Hi, it's Chaboy. Is this your first time? We cried last night. It could definitely get you a banger.
HQ is an app where you answer 12 questions and win real money. I'm the smartest person in the world, but I haven't won yet, so that's some bullshit. My girlfriend won once, so I know it's possible. I did the math and figured out what your odds are if you randomly guess each answer, so don't do that.
Which company works with 98% of all U.S. school districts? Scantron is the answer. Pencils, Canada. Jay-Z. M&M35. What is the nickname of big screen archaeologist? Indiana is Henry Jones. Which of these countries is not in Scandinavia? The Netherlands.
Easy.
Q5. The hottest multiplayer video game this year was designed by which famous gamer? Thresh, Fatality.
Player unknown.
It's hot, it's you. Rayleigh scattering primarily affects which of these? Light is
easy.
your answer.
Easy.
What does St. Peter hold in Leonardo da Vinci's painting, The Last Supper? A knife, a goblet, or cloth? Going back to art history. How did TSA let him on the flight with that thing? He's holding a knife.
That's pretty savage.
Oh, boy, Oberto, savagery. Who sometimes use the pen name A.M. Barnard. A.M. Barnard is 50 Shades of Louisa May.
Guess.
Q9, what is a tasseled woebegone? But if you chose carpet shark,
God damn
you
it.
are correct, sir.
Fuck this game. Actually, you'll never win. And even if you do, you'll probably only win like $10. So this is a big waste of our time. Started playing HQ, I'd say a week or two after it came out. Apparently founded by people who did Vine, I guess, right? But never before have we had anything like this. Well, we've had trivia games, but you kind of play them whenever. We haven't really had a live trivia game, and I think that's why it's fun, because they don't always have games. Sometimes they have 2 a day, which I think is stupid. They should just do 1 per day. But they really make people tune in like I haven't seen millennials tune in before. So if you've played HQ before, you know how frustrating it is to get out on the 2nd or 3rd question. But we've all kind of, had that shining moment when we've made it to 8, 9, 10, maybe 11, and almost won. But is it really about the money? No, I think it's about being able to tell your friends that I won HQ. The little hope that your name will be shown with the winners and then everyone will see it, even if you win like $9 or something. And then it's better yet if Scott Rogowski, aka Lag Daddy, calls your name out at the beginning or anything, because they love Twitter. It's so interesting to see how the company has tied their social all into Twitter. They're on Instagram and stuff, but Twitter is where they're at. They're really engaging and sharing the people who share their winnings and whatever. I think it's genius. It's very smart. I like it. Does HQ matter? Nah, it doesn't really matter. I could be happy never playing again. So I did it. I did my little call out, my cash in social capital, and asked for people to give me extra lives by using code Kraig Adams if you want to give me an extra life. I got like 25 extra lives. I've got 14 left. Still haven't won. It's super nice to have. What an extra life is, you're wondering? Well, if you get a question wrong, you can use an extra life to stay in the game. You can use 1 per game, and you can't really control. They'll just keep using them as you play. So technically, you have to get 11 questions right to win. This is their way of getting new users. Makes total sense. Like Dropbox gives away free gigabytes of whatever of their service for if you invite and get your friends to sign up. Airbnb gives away, $25, $30 worth of Airbnb credit if you get friends and people to sign up. If you've got a following, you can just blast out, this is my code, sign up, use this thing if you haven't. Better yet, if you explain how, like this video, you can use that code and get money or an incentive within the game, which is smart. They're not giving away money. They're giving away extra lives, because fuck extra lives. They don't care how many they give away. It's still really hard to get 11 questions right. So, but back again, does it matter? It's interesting to see how people play. So India has described VaynerMedia as there's this culture around HQ, and it's better if you play in person with your friends next to each other, because that is kind of a way that you can help each other if someone really knows the answer to a question. Like if there's a Halo question, I got it, India. Let me tell you the answer. Or if there's a question about 18th century witches, India's got it. So it's interesting how this game on our phone that we play live with hundreds of thousands of other people around the world is better when you do it with 2 or 3 of your friends in the same room. So it's kind of a thing. If you're at a bar at 3 or 9 p.m., you'll see other people playing, and it's kind of funny. I've tried to like interact with the people next, being like, the answer is snails, and they'll always look at me like, fuck you. But that's Brooklyn, whatever. So if you're a product UX app developer, bro, you're probably thinking like, what about all of the possibilities? There's so many different features. They could do like different genres, like the sports HQ or the pop culture HQ. They could do 5 a day. They could make it nonstop. They could add a payable app where you can play whenever you want, but you have to pay to play, and then people earn a percentage of the win. There's so many different ways to do it. But I think they're smart by slowing down, doing what works, doing that exceptionally well, and then build upon it. It's been interesting sharing this with other people and family and friends. It doesn't matter who they are. The first question they always ask is, how do they make money? If they're giving away $1,000 and I don't have to give money, how do they make the money? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to assume that they did a funding round and they asked people for money for a stake in the company, and they're using that money slowly to gain followers and whatever to make the company successful. And then eventually, once they figure out how and they can, they'll add some kind of monetary gain. Like, who knows what they'll do. They could go that route, or they could go the sponsorship route. So just getting eyeballs and attention on the internet, you can monetize that in different creative ways. Easiest way is sponsorship. Very easily, they could do a question about Travelocity. Who the fuck knows? I could come up with 1,000 questions about Travelocity in 10 seconds. When was Travelocity founded? What's one company, or what's the most popular country or search term within Travelocity? Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. It's all trivia. So they could do a sponsored question. So Travelocity pays them to talk about Travelocity in a positive way on the show. But I don't know if they'd have to disclose that fact to the people who use the app. But that's a possibility. May already be happening. Who knows? Does it matter? Not really. I do know that there's probably a bunch of apps that are going to copy them and do the exact same thing. Live, game show. There are a lot of possibilities for different types of variations of HQ. And they don't own the genre. There's going to be copycats for sure. The app is just for Apple iPhone users, iOS. So once they open it to Android, the most I've ever seen was, I think, 600,000 people on one of the Sunday big $10,000 games. 600,000 people is a lot. When I first started playing, it was before Thanksgiving, and them breaking 100K was pretty huge. Yeah. Will they pass 1 million concurrent live viewers at a time? I think they will, especially if they push to Android as well. That's definitely coming. Can they keep up with it? Yeah, it's like server stuff. They just need to like anticipate the need and spend the money. It's the most people live watching something I've seen in a while, and it's such a simple, silly thing. Speaking of simple, silly things, Scott Rogowski is fantastic. They really hit a home run with that stand-up comedy improv type of humor. They're making it unique because they could have done just like an interface with the questions or something stupid. I don't know. They could have sold out. Who knows? But they stuck with their guns. Scott Rogowski, good job. The CEO is Probably a douchebag. I don't know. I don't know him. I haven't researched, but I've heard bad things, way more bad than I've heard good. So we'll have to see how that goes with his past and how he's dealt with Scott and the Sweet Green fiasco. If you want to know more about that, you can. Scott's pretty great. It's an awkward humor. It's definitely a culture thing. I think 10 years from now, people are going to know like Scott Rogowski, HQ. It'll be a thing that people remember, I think, for sure. Yeah. Legend. Legend. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the HQ. I want to know if y'all play, what y'all think. Let's just get a little chat about the HQ going. So I know you guys probably know more better insights than I do, so I am interested to hear what your thoughts are for the future of HQ, why it works, why you like to do it. Yeah, that's for the comments. So thank you so much for watching. Peace out.